Hello, everyone. Whoever's watching, hope everyone's just doing great. And tonight we're just trying to capture a few forms, a few quick drawings that we can do in a limited amount of time. And that is what this stream is all about. If you're watching this, please grab your pen and pencil and let's draw. What's up? Who's watching? So these are just going to be some quick drawings, and I hope you have fun watching them. I'd really appreciate if somebody wants to draw with me. But in case you've got an enemy form or an enemy drawing that you want me to demonstrate and draw it live, please let me know in the comment section. So we are just drawing this form of a guy free falling, and we've kind of made this drawing in about like 4 minutes, probably 3 minutes. We're just trying to capture the right gesture, the right form in a limited amount of time. Hey Murat, how you doing, Murat? Hope you're well. So in case somebody wants to draw with me, that would be super awesome. So what we are doing here is just trying to capture the form without giving too much of details. And the easiest way I could tell you about drawing quick sketches is by drawing the shadows and not worrying about drawing the form. So most of the stuff that I'm drawing for now is that I'm just trying to capture the shadow to get the maximum amount of information in the most limited amount of time. Usually when somebody is drawing quick drawings, they try to capture everything, as in like all the limbs, all the fingers. You should not try to do that. You should just try to capture the shadows and try to capture the form, the gesture, the movement with capturing the shadows. There you go. Our first drawing is kind of ready in about 4 minutes and about 5 minutes, to be honest. So what is up, everyone? Let's try drawing something else now. If you like these kind of drawings, please show some love. Let's draw something else. Let's draw another form of a guy free falling. So that is the head. If you notice, I'm not looking at the detailing. I'm just trying to capture the form. If my camera is kind of shaky, just know that I'm a dumbass who's mounted his tripod with the drawing board. So whenever my arm kind of moves, the camera kind of shakes. So that is his arm, that is his chest, just tiny nipples. That is the shoulder blade, we can see from the back. That is his waist. That's his rib cage. And that's his stomach. So everything that we're drawing, we're just trying to capture the form, not drawing any details. That is his other hand. No details on the fingers. Just a few lines to depict the movement in the hand. So that's his underwear. That's his foot. That is where his knee is going to come. We're just trying to capture the shadows. Just drawing the shadows. You're not drawing any detail. That's his knee. That's his thigh. Just a little line will depict his thigh. And that's his foot. Let's give it a little curve. And the foot. And the toes. Now look, we're not drawing any detail. We're just capturing the form. Just trying to get every little detail possible in the least amount of time. So that is the knee. That is his other foot. That's his toe, kind of pointing outwards. That's his heel. Let's draw a little line to define the form. So you see, we've made this in about like 3 minutes. This we did in about 5 minutes. Let's draw some more forms. So it's quite simple if you want to draw some quick drawings. The only way to draw in the quickest possible way is to forget about the details. The more you're considering the shadows, looking at the shadows, more it'll become easier for you to draw. So that's his neck, that's his head. Again, kind of a form that he's leaning towards, like leaping towards the sky. That's his spine. Let's give it a little curve. And let's darken this since we are drawing the shadows. That's his shoulder. That's his arm. That's his elbow. Not worrying about the detailing at all. That's his arm. That's his hand. That's his wrist. He's got his fingers out, like kind of pointing, like a free gesture of his hand. You're not caring. We don't care about the detailing. We'll do the detailing in a bit. Once we've captured the right form, that's the shoulder blade. That's his chest. That's his bicep. So if you kind of look at it in detail, there are no details. It's just somebody drawing random lines that depict a certain pose. And when you start looking at your figure or whatever you're drawing in a way that it doesn't remain identical to what you know, and you look at it in terms of forms and shades, it'll be way easier for you to draw. So that's his first leg. That's his other hind leg. It is kind of a little away from the camera. I mean, like this part is a little further inwards the camera compared to this leg. Let's draw this leg first. So just a few lines depicting the form. And that's his heel. And that's his foot. Let's draw this other foot. So if you notice, with the with the minimum amount of lines. We've kind of trying to capture the form. So even if it's a realistic illustration or if it's an anime drawing, you know where to start this drawing at. So again, we've tried to capture a moment within the pose. We kind of made this in about 2 minutes 30 seconds, or probably 3 minutes. Let's keep it around 3 minutes. Let's draw something else. Let's draw some more forms. I hope you're enjoying this stream. If you're enjoying this stream, please don't forget to like this uh, live session so that YouTube kind of gets to know that somebody's drawing. Right, let's draw another pose. This pose is kind of a guy who's trying to look away from the light. He's trying to, produce a shadow over his face with his hands. So that's his face. Again, we are not trying to capture any details. We're just trying to capture the gesture of this pose. I hope every one of you is doing great. Whoever's watching this. So that's his shoulder. Let's draw his hand kind of moving outwards. This is where his elbow should come. We're just drawing the shadows, nothing else. Just drawing the shadows to find the right form. That's his bicep. That's his armpit. Let's draw a little sharp shadow right beneath to depict the shoulder blade, the muscle right above the chest. There's this curve going downwards. Let's darken this a bit. Let's give a little shadow to depict the rib cage. That's his waist. Let's draw this line to define the arm. That's his chest. That's the tiny nipple. And that is his stomach. Again, do not think about anything related to the detailing or his face. Just try to capture the right form, capture the right gesture, which is kind of prominent when we are drawing only the shadows. Even if the shadows are not quite too prominent, just focus on the shadows, just focus on the middle tones and keep drawing them. So we have these two arms outwards. Let's draw his trousers. It's all kind of dark. Right after this drawing, I'm going to draw a few anime drawings. So yeah, let's draw a little bit of his hand because it's too small. I don't want to draw a lot of detailing because it'll take a lot of time. So let's draw this hand a little over here in more detail. So to draw this gesture of his hand, I will just draw one line. I will draw this other line. I'm going to end it over here by defining some shadows. Let's take this a little curvy to define his thumb. Let's darken this a little bit. Let's put this line over here to define the fingers, the starting point of the fingers. There's one finger which is kind of too prominent, which is the middle finger. The first finger is kind of going outwards from this drawing, and let's draw the pinky. Let's darken this edge a little bit. Let's draw these few lines. And so that is the detailing of this hand over here. So even in this part, we've only focused on the darkened parts of the hand. Like if you start focusing on all the details, you won't be able to draw it quick. Like you might be able to draw it real nice, but you won't be quick. So in order to draw quick, you need to focus on the details that are in darks. Like too much of dark would produce a really uh, quick sketch. If you like these kind of drawings, please don't forget to like this stream. Let's draw a quick face using only the shadows. This session was kind of more towards drawing quick forms for enemy, and so yeah, that's what the stream is about for tonight, like drawing quick. Because usually when everyone's just trying to draw, they kind of get into detailing and shading and stuff. But there's no point of detailing or shading anything if the drawing isn't right. So might be possible that once you watch the stream, it might kind of help you to understand and focus on drawing what is more important than trying to figure out parts of drawings or part of a composition or part of a reference that is not actually important at all. So whenever you look at a drawing, just try to focus on the shadows and you will do great. Let's draw another pose. So if you notice, whatever we are drawing is in like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. We are only trying to capture the shadows. We are only trying to get the pose right by figuring out the shadows. And I'm just trying to zoom this out a bit so that you can see the empty part of the paper and we can draw more of these drawings, like more of these quick drawings. I think you can't, so let's change those. Let's switch the paper. Oh, what is wrong with this? All right, so let's quickly switch this paper, flip this paper, and draw some anime. Who should we be drawing? Let's draw a little Dark East pose. Dark East from Demon Slayer. So over here, I can see her sitting and kind of showing off her fists. We'll try to get that pose right. But first of all, let's draw the facial expression of Daki. These are her eyebrows. Let's draw her eyes. To draw eyes, we'll just put this sharp hook-like drawing. Let's draw her other eye. You're drawing Daki from the Demon Slayer. But more importantly than her face, we'll try to capture the figure, like the whole posture. So that's the hair. See, all of these characters in Demon Slayers have got crazy hair. So if you start focusing more on the drawing, focusing more on drawing the features, you'd probably take more time in drawing the posture. So just trying to give this more sort of an action figure. Nice work, keep it up. What's up, man? Thank you so much. Who's this? So Heather, SEO Heather. What's up, SEO Heather? Hope you're doing super well. Hope you're doing great. So that's the nose. Remember, while drawing anime, you're just supposed to draw most of the expression with the least amount of drawing, with the least amount of strokes. That's how I should put it. Like least amount of lines and more expression, more form. So that's what we're trying to achieve by drawing Daki in the least amount of lines possible. I mean, we can draw in what's it called in broken lines, that is okay. But if you're just starting, breaking a line is just fine. But if you want to develop a drawing style that is more kind of mature, please try to draw with least amount of lines. For instance, let's draw the shoulder. We will draw the shoulder with these broken lines. It's alright to draw with broken lines if you're just beginning. But when you're drawing with the big broken lines, please draw real lightly. So when you're sure, you can just put a dark line like that. So whenever you're drawn with the broken line, always make sure to draw it with the bold, like finalize with a bolder line. This kind of lets the viewer know that the artist wasn't just trying to make sense of the drawing. The artist was kind of sure when he was putting the strokes in place. So these are all these free flowing hairs that we are drawing. Let's draw a super fist, a Daki, right over here. To figure that out, let's just draw a block figure, because this fist would be almost of the size of her face. If you look at her face, it should be big as this. So let's draw a fist big as this. If you mark this, let's just big enough as this nib. So let's just mark this over here. So we know her fist is going to be as big as this, because this is almost her eyebrows to her chin, and that's her eyebrows to her chin, the same area. Let's draw a block, and let's try to fix all the fingers inside this block. So that's the first finger, that's the second finger, that's the third finger, that's the fourth finger. To draw the fourth finger, we'll draw around it, and that's the side of her palm. Let's draw a few knuckles, a little line to define the knuckles. And there you go, you have her fist ready. Let's draw her thumb right on this side. So it is quite easy when you draw within the proportion, when you do not really think about drawing the details, then it gets really easy. But of course, that will also take a little practice compared to just drawing or doodling. Let's draw a little line to mark her breasts, and that's kind of bra strap. It's over her chest. Let's put this line in place. I hope you're enjoying this stream. So that's her shoulder. That's the arm. Whenever you're not sure about a certain point in the drawing, just put random marks wherever you feel that part should come. Like over here, I thought like armpit would look fine. I just marked it. I need to make sure where the chest kind of ends, so I'll put a mark over here. And let's just draw lines around it, and you will get the perfect drawing. So that's the kind of dress kind of wrapped around her stomach and her waist. This is her knee, and that's her thigh. Let's just keep drawing without worrying about the details. The inside edge of her please draw me Vito Gita and I will subscribe. All right, now it is kind of for sure, man. Why not? Why not? Right after this. But why wouldn't you subscribe otherwise? Hey, Leon, how you doing? What is up, Leon? Yeah, for sure. Just give me 2 minutes so that I can finish this drawing. All right, so that's a knee. And for sure, I will draw your request, because I love drawing on requests. Like, why not? Why not? All right, so that's a knee. That's her other knee. And this is a part of her dress kind of flowing outwards. That's a part of her hip that is kind of visible from this side. And that is her shoe. It's part of her boot. I won't stay long, just came to see you because thanks a lot. Thank you for coming, Rionman. You're super kind. Yeah, I will also myself just end the stream after this first request. They just got our first request. So I am just trying to finish this Daki's drawing before drawing. What is the request again? Obito. Yeah. So let's draw Obito right after this. Give me just 2 minutes to finish this. So that's the other mood. Of course, I'm kind of puffing. Yeah, I know. I wasn't able to do any streams this morning, this afternoon. I've been really occupied. But all right, let's draw this other fist. Again, the same kind of principle. Let's draw a block. And let's put these fingers in place. That's the first finger, that's the second finger, that's the third finger, and that is the pinky. Pinky is kind of a little curved. And there we go. We have her other fist, the right fist, that's the elbow. This kind of foreshortening happening. We'll draw that. So that's the arm. Oh, she's got muscular arms now. So that's her bicep. Let's join this line. So now we have these free flowing hair. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. There you go. We just looked up on the dark lines. I mean, we can totally shade this and detail this if we want to. All right, let's draw Vito. This is our first request. Just a second, guys. Just a second. I need to fix this first. So what is up? Between I made a YouTube shot of my 3 eyes. Your 3 eyes. Will Sakuna sketch of you after the stream? Of course I will. Why won't I? For sure I will. For sure. Why not? Alright, let's draw Obito. I recently made a Obito's drawing. Made one of Obito's drawing and it was kind of where his mask was kind of breaking and it was a fun drawing, but I can't find it right now. So do you want me to draw a masked one? Let's draw a masked one. So Obito is kind of easy. If you're drawing the mask, just draw an oval. Just draw this oval. Right. Let's draw a little oval over here. And let this be. Let's produce some lines evolving from this corner all towards this oval. Nothing fancy, just all these lines are coming out of this first oval that we've made, which is going to be the masked eye. Let's darken this eye a little bit right around the edges of this oval and put a little circle in between. This is going to be red if you're going to color it or something. Gosh, I always need to go to sleep. See you tomorrow. Good night. All right. Cool. Sure, you can go, Rioman. It's all right. And just quickly drawing Obito, and then I will also shut the stream for tonight. I've made a lot of drawings tonight. So yeah, that's his head. Let's draw his hand over his mask. So that's his first finger. That's the first knuckle. Let's take a line down. Let's draw his other finger. That's his second, the first knuckle of the second finger. Let's end this line over here. Let's darken this. I hope you can see the drawing. I think you can. All right, let's draw the third finger. That's the first knuckle. This line's kind of more curvy. The third segment is kind of more inwards. Let's draw the pinky. That's the last knuckle. And the pinky looks fine over here. So I just focused on the shadows. Again, only focusing on the shadows. So that's the first knuckle. That's the kind of knuckle for the first finger. Let's draw the hand. Let's make this all dark, 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 dark. It's quite simple if you're drawing the shadows and if you're focusing on the shadows only. So this is where that's the collar of his shirt, kind of a thing, like a high neck thing. And let's draw the same around this corner. Let's darken this up. Let's bring this line downwards. All right, for us here, let's darken this. See, the camera is kind of shaking, 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 shaking. That's because it's kind of mounted right with my drawing board, and when I draw, everything kind of shakes. So there's no earthquake, God forbid. It's just me drawing crazy. All right, so that's his high neck. Let's draw his shoulders. Let's draw his shoulders. And then these folds all around his shirt. Let's draw these by, all the darkened stuff, kind of shadowy stuff. His hand is kind of all inside the shadows. So that is a sleeve. That's a sleeve. And we have some more shadows. Let's draw that quickly. Let's draw that. Or I will stay a little bit long. Rionman, you're the best, Rionman. Did I ever say you're the best? You and Astro are my bros. Like, seriously. Alright, I hope you like this, Obito. Do you want me to draw his face? Alright. This stream was like 33 minutes long. I'll show you, Realman, what else did we make? What else did we make? We made these drawings. Ta-da! We made all these action drawings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we made these two drawings. We still have a lot of paper left on the right side. So let's draw something else. Do we have more requests? Do we have more requests, guys? All right, so let's draw Luffy. How about drawing Luffy from One Piece? What do you guys say? I hope everyone's in. Somebody's watching this stream. All right, let's draw Luffy. So to draw Luffy, we will draw his hat, like a circle, semicircle thing, and a curve. And let's draw another curve, which would be that ribbon on his hat. Let's draw another curve that will define the side of his head. Can you do Toji? Yes, I can. You want me to draw Toji right now? Why not? Just a second. I was trying to draw Luffy, but I really want to do requests that you guys want me to do. So let's draw Toji. Why not? Toji, 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 Toji. Rionman, you're always asking me to draw these sexy boys, aren't you, right? All right, let's draw Toji. Toji. Because why not? Since Rionman has kind of asked for Toji. All right, let's draw a Toji pose with his sword, with his blade kind of, upward. And there's this worm kind of swallowing his sword. All right, to draw Toji, we will draw his oval head first. Just a little darkening up for his hair. Let's draw these lines that are kind of his eyebrows. I don't want to draw too much of detail in his hair because that will take half of my stream, since all of these characters are like super detailed when it's come to their hairs. All right, so let's draw little eyes, tiny little eyes. Toji is from my friend, but Hello, friend. What is up, friend? Just a second, friend. Just a second, friend. Just a second, friend. What is up, my buddy, Vionman's friend? All right, let's keep drawing. I have this habit of getting carried away with the ones I told you about. The friend, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, of course. Let's keep drawing. It doesn't matter since Rionman, if it even if it was your enemy's request. I mean, like it is coming from your uh, chat. We will draw Toji, tiny, tiny ears, and it's got a sharp jaw. Let's draw Toji's sharp jaw. Rearman wants me to draw sexy boys. So yeah, she said she's feeling well. That is super awesome. You tell her you kind of everyone on my stream at least was kind of worried for her health? Cause why not, right? You're Rionman's friend. Alright, so that's his neck. Let's put a little lines to describe his muscle, define his muscles, a little shading would do. That's the worm kind of thing. I have no clue about what this thing actually is, but it's kind of a caterpillar wrapped around his chest. So we will draw that. That's a shoulder. Shoulders kind of over here, all muscular. That's the line defining his chest. There's this little shade defining the collarbone. Let's darken this up by shading it just a little bit so that this part becomes a little darker compared to the rest of the body. Right, let's draw the bicep. Toji. Who's saying hi? I can't read your name, but hello. I will give her my phone so you can talk with her. Hello, friend. I don't even know your name, but hope you're well, my friend. All right, so let's keep drawing. That's this warm kind of a thing around his body. So kind of wrapping him with this warm kind of figure. Right. This is kind of muscular bicep over here. And here we're gonna have his elbow and the rest of his arm going downwards, just drawing a little bit of lines to define everything. That's his thumb. I hope you can see the drawing. That's his thumb. And these are his fingers. So not too much of detailing, we'll come to it later. Let's draw his waistline. Kak, hello for short, just Maria. Hello, Maria. What's up, Maria? Hope you're doing well tonight. Maria, you know Rionman is my, what's it called? Super fan. It's because of Rionman, YouTube has kind of allowed me to do live streaming. Because if Rionman wasn't here, YouTube would just think I'm just a loser who can't draw. Because whenever I'm drawing, Rionman is like, wait, dude, what's up? And YouTube, oh, this guy can draw because he has some serious followers. Right, so yeah, that's his bicep. This is where his other elbow would come. Let's draw his other hand. So what is up with you, Maria? Hey man, I can't figure out your name, but Nanjamamaso Kip Kaktiba. I don't know what it says, but hello. Hope you're well. I'm so sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. I really hope I could. I really wish I could understand. See the guy who she kept talking about. I have no idea what guy was she talking about. Dude, come on. Why would I know what she was talking about? Who she was talking about? She might be talking about her boyfriend only. Why would I know? But Rionman is my top fan, I think. Alright, so let's draw this sword blade kind of thing. I thought That was another friend of ours. Well, you should ask Rionman what was she talking about? Who was she talking about? Maybe it was this other friend. Why would I know, right? Song Jinwoo. Oh, I know what you're asking me to draw. I do not understand what you're saying, but I heard Song Jinwoo, and I think he's asking me to draw the character from Solo Leveling, right? I think that's what he's asking me to draw, so why not? I will draw him just now, don't worry, no worries. So there's this kind of a ribbon in between his trousers. You dude Gadrang, hope I get it right. Yeah. You dude Gadrang, yeah, of course you will get it right. Why wouldn't Rionman get it right? Come on, come on. All right, so we're drawing his his trousers. I'm sorry, not his shoulders. And this just kind of these folds I'm drawing. And we have kind of Tojo has these free-flowing trousers, like these bell bottoms, not bell bottoms. What are these even called? I don't know. These Aladdin kind of trousers, whatever these are called, I have no idea. All right, so these are his shoes. Let's draw his other shoe. Tojo, 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 tojo. Tojo. All right, so we made Tojo also. What did he want me to draw? He wanted me to draw the solo leveling guy, right? Just a second. Just a second. All right. Let's draw. Anyway, I looked at you because he's handsome and strong. Yeah, I figured that out. Song Jinwoo, Song Jinwoo. Let's draw Song Jinwoo. All right, let's draw his face only because after this I end the stream. To draw Song Jinwoo from solo leveling, I will draw his hair first. Because why not? All crazy hair, right? All these crazy hair dudes are like top anime characters. Crazier the hair, crazier the character. I think that is how they design all these crazy characters. So this hair kind of falling over his head. He's just drawing the hair strands and no detailing at this point. Hope everyone watching, whoever is watching, is kind of enjoying the stream. We're just drawing random stuff from anime and some action figures and some requests that we are getting from time to time. So let's draw this guy's first eye. Sung Jin Woo, Sung Jin Woo, Sung Jin Woo, Sung Jin Woo. Because why not? All right. So let's draw his first eye. Should be kind of an edgy corner. Let's put this semicircle in place. So here's his hair kind of right coming in between his eyes. So I'm just drawing that. Let's draw his other eyebrow. Let's draw his other eye. Kind of a hook-like stroke will define it. And let's put another semicircle thing in between his eyes. This looks all right now. Just a second. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, dude? Where'd you go, dude? All right, let's do. Oh, I lost it. No, I lost it. No, I lost. All right. So yeah, we are drawing Sing Jin Woo from Solo Leveling, and his sideburns. The sideburns will come here. Let's draw a little line to define his nose, just a little tiny line over here and here, just a little stroke to define his mouth and his lower lip. And he's got sort of a really sharp jawline. And let's end it here. Let's draw the other part of his right side of his jaw and this hair. Let's put his ear in place. Ear should be big as his nose. So yeah, this looks alright. Let's put his other ear in place, starting from the top eyebrows down to his nose length. Ta-da! I don't like this part, so let's put some more of his free hair strands, kind of a flowy hair strands. And there you go. I hope you like this. Let's put his thin neck in place, kind of long, thin neck. Let's put his shirt from the back of his neck. The shirt from the back of his neck going outwards. Let's put his neck muscles and the collarbones. Just a few lines depicting all of that, and his t-shirt and some folds. There you go. I hope you like it. All right, man. What's up? I'm sorry I couldn't figure out your name, but I figured out your request. See, I figured it out. All right, let's draw the Nezuko. Just a quick pose of Nezuko, and then we can end this, right? All right. So I was trying to draw all the action poses tonight, but I'm not sure how good did we do over that. So that's a hair. I'm drawing an action figure, action pose of Nezuko. I hope you guys like it, because this will be the last drawing for tonight. But only if I get some super request, I might draw a little more. Who knows? So that's her eye, kind of pink eyes she's got. That's her hair. That's kind of a horn thing coming out of her head. And that's the hairline. Here, that's the hairline. Yeah, I think I've got it right. Let's draw her other eyebrow. Let's draw her other eye. Just a few lines depicting the form. Just a little line to depict her nose and her mouth. She's kind of screaming sort of pose where she's kind of angry. Let's draw her lower jaw. That's the chin. These are cheeks going down to mix with the chin. Uh, and let's draw the rest of her hair. Rest of her hair. Kind of free flowing hair she's got. Uh, so we're just drawing that, darkening the most part so that, kind of gives the shadowy feel of her flowy hair. All right, so that's her neck. She's got a thin neck. Let's put a thin neck over her, below her head. And that's a shirt. It's a dress. What is it called? Komodo, I think. That's the sleeve. I hope you can see the drawing. Yeah, I'm all right. We're just trying to capture the right pose without worrying too much about detailing. That's her hand. It's got her first finger, and that's the second finger, and that's the third finger, and that's the pinky. So let's draw pinky. Let's draw the third finger. Let's draw the second finger. Let's draw the first finger. That's her kind of thumb. The arm is kind of coming towards the camera, so we've kind of made it a little bigger, almost the size of her head. So yeah, let's keep on drawing. If you like this stream, please don't forget to press that like button, and that'll be super awesome if you could subscribe to my channel so that you can see sort of these drawings that I do almost every day. All right, So let's keep on drawing. That's her other hand, and that is where her knee is kind of coming. It's all right if it's not making any sense right now because there's just too many lines, but trust me, if you kind of keep on drawing, keeping everything in proportion, you will find a perfectly illustrated Nezuko. And you just got to be careful about the proportions of whatever you're drawing. If the hand is kind of big, the other hand should be of the same length, same size, like to make sense of the drawing. Otherwise, one foot can look from some other drawing while the other foot could be from some other drawing. And we don't want to do that, right? So that's the kind of sandal she's wearing, and that's a dress, and a flowy dress. That's a thigh. That's her knee. Um, all right, that's her other foot. Right, let's draw her other hand. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the stream. And if you like this stream, if you like drawing uh, with the quick gestures and the minimal information with lesser lines, so please don't forget to like my stream. So whenever I'm streaming, like I try to stream every day, every night, and so you get this notification thing. So you can watch me live again. Alright, so this was about Mr. Anyway, I came back. Were you enjoying talking with her? Yeah, it was Izuku. I did speak with Maria, that was her name. And I spoke to her a little bit. So I'm about to end the stream. We were like kind of 53 minutes into the stream. See, we did this Nizuku, we did this Dojo, we did this solo leveling guy, we did the Sobito. Just a second, I'm sorry. We did the Sobito, we did this Daki, and what else did we do? I made a lot of drawings tonight, and we did all these power sketches, these 5 and 6 minutes, 4 and 5 minutes drawing to capture the forms. So if you like the stream, if you like drawing like this, don't forget to like my channel and subscribe so that whenever I'm drawing, you can catch me live. So that is it for about tonight, and I will see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much for being here. Need to go see tomorrow. Of course, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. I'm a painter, I'm an artist. I try to do these anime streams and try to, teach stuff, how you can draw quickly. So thanks a lot. It kind of helps me draw more and motivates me to do more. Thank you so much. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.